Justice on trial. In the heart of a sleepy Georgia courtroom, a deputy named Carl Grayson pulled his gun on an elderly black man, James Carter, shattering the illusion of justice. The room froze, judge, jury, and spectators stunned as the barrel gleamed under fluorescent lights. Seconds from tragedy, a figure burst through the doors, James's son, FBI agent Daniel Carter, ready to end the chaos. Why would a deputy dare such an act in open court? What secrets festered in this small town? And when the truth unraveled, who would stand tall? James Carter, 76, woke before dawn in his modest Macon home. The quilt on his bed, a gift from his late wife, Evelyn, warmed him as he lay still, rehearsing his testimony. His joints ached as he rose, the hardwood floor cool underfoot. In the bathroom mirror, his deep brown eyes, framed by silver hair, reflected a lifetime of civil rights battles. "Today's for you, Evelyn," he whispered, touching his wedding band. In the kitchen, he brewed coffee, its aroma a steady comfort. A photo on the living room wall caught his eye. Daniel's FBI Academy graduation, Evelyn's smile radiant beside them. "You'd be proud of our boy," James murmured. The morning paper's headline blared, "Deputy Grayson's misconduct trial continues." James read of Grayson's history, racial profiling, excessive force, complaints buried by a complicit system. He ate oatmeal with a drizzle of honey, a habit Evelyn started, and donned his trusted gray suit, its elbows slightly worn. The blue tie, Evelyn's favorite, complemented his gold tie pin, earned in his first civil rights victory. He packed his briefcase, glasses, notebook, and pen and checked his reflection. Dignified, resolute, he was ready. Outside, his friend Walter Hayes idled in a Buick. "Morning, Mr. Carter," Walter said, opening the door. "Feeling ready?" James nodded. "As ever." The car smelled of pine air freshener. Walter warned of Grayson's supporters stirring trouble. "They're saying you won't make it to the stand," he said. James watched Main Street pass, noting hostile stares from men outside a hardware store. "This town's never changed enough," Walter muttered. At the courthouse, crowds clashed, signs reading "Support our deputies" versus "Justice for all." Shots followed James up the steps. "Tell him, Mr. Carter, and go home, old man." Inside, Attorney Clara Mitchell greeted him, her heels clicking on marble. "They think they can scare us," she said, gripping his arm. "I've seen worse at a bake sale." James chuckled, grateful for her fire. The courtroom hushed as they entered. Grayson's supporters, wearing blue ribbons, glared from the right. James's allies sat left, tense. Deputy Carl Grayson, in uniform, clenched his jaw at the defense table. Judge Robert Harlan, gray-haired and unreadable, presided. James took the witness stand. Sworn in as prosecutor, Emily Gwynn began. "Mr. Carter, describe May 15th. James leaned into the microphone. "I saw Deputy Grayson pull over young Tyler Brooks. He shouted, forced Tyler to the ground, knee in his back, though Tyler complied. Grayson shifted, face reddening. James continued, "I recorded it. Grayson saw me, demanded I stop, and said, 'You people need to learn your place.'" The prosecutor played James's video, showing Grayson's aggression. Murmurs rippled. Judge Harlan banged his gavel. Outside, Daniel Carter sat in an unmarked FBI vehicle, earpiece crackling with updates. His phone buzzed. "Your father's strong." Grayson's rattled. In court, Emily asked, "How would you characterize Grayson's actions?" James, a former civil rights lawyer, said, "He escalated needlessly, used excessive force, and intimidated a legal observer. It's a pattern of abuse." Grayson's chair scraped as he leaned forward, rage boiling. His attorney gripped his arm. The defense attorney, smug, cross-examined. "Mr. Carter, you're 76. Was it dark that night?" James replied, "Streetlights were bright. My vision's fine-checked 3 months ago." The attorney pressed, "Your history of complaints against deputies biased?" James met his gaze. "I document violations. Many were dismissed without investigation. That's the problem." Grayson's breathing grew heavy, his eyes burning. Suddenly, Grayson shouted, "You're lying." He stood, chair toppling. "You think you can ruin me with your fancy words?" Judge Harlan warned, "Control yourself." But Grayson, unhinged, pulled a hidden gun, aiming at James. "Let's see how smart you are now." Screams erupted. The bailiff froze. James sat calmly, hands folded, staring down the barrel with pity. The courtroom doors burst open. Daniel, badge raised, gun drawn, shouted, "Federal agent." "Drop it, Grayson." Grayson's gun trembled, sweat beading. Stay back. This ain't your business. Daniel advanced. It's FBI business now. Last warning. James's voice cut through. You don't want this, deputy. Grayson's resolve wavered. His gun clattered to the floor. Deputies cuffed him, but Judge Harlan barked, "Arrest Agent Carter and Mr. Carter for disrupting my court." The gallery erupted in protest. Daniel, stunned, said, "I'm a federal agent." Harlan snapped, "You're in contempt." James stood as deputies approached. "You're making a grave error, Your Honor." Handcuffed, father and son were led to a holding cell. Daniel whispered, "You okay, Dad?" James smiled. "Not my first time in cuffs for doing right." In the concrete cell, a deputy murmured, "We saw what happened, Agent Carter." Clara stormed in later, furious. "This is outrageous. I've filed federal motions." 20 people recorded Grayson's gun ACLUs on standby. Daniel's phone buzzed, videos viral. Protests growing. Clara added, "They're seizing phones, claiming illegal recording." James said, "Check on Walter, my driver." Clara nodded. "He's calming protesters." Hours later, Clara returned. 3 civil rights groups filed briefs. The videos trending nationwide. At midnight, she left, promising, "This won't stand." James and Daniel dozed fitfully. Dawn brought Clara with attorneys, old allies from James's civil rights days. "The video's at 2 million views," one said. A federal judge, Maria Lopez, granted their release, ordering evidence preserved and referring the case to the DOJ. On the courthouse steps, cameras flashed. Clara announced, "Justice is being served. Federal authorities are investigating." James spoke, "This isn't about me or my son. It's about standing against fear and hatred." Crowds cheered. Daniel, reviewing security footage in a motel, called James. Camera 3 shows everything Grayson's rage, the gun. They uploaded it, and within minutes, CNN aired it. Views soared to 10 million. Protests escalated. Grayson supporters burned the courthouse to destroy records. Daniel's team reported Molotov cocktails. Sheriff's deputies planned a raid, accusing James and Daniel of inciting unrest. Daniel called for an FBI extraction. As they fled the motel, sheriff's cruisers blocked them. "Federal agent," Daniel shouted, "badge high." FBI SUVs barreled through, whisking them to a safe house. There, a whistleblower, Deputy Laura Evans, delivered recordings of Grayson and Judge Harlan plotting to silence James. They targeted activists, buried complaints, she said. Daniel recovered Grayson's deleted body cam footage, threats, intimidation, all documented. Clara called the DOJ. "This is criminal conspiracy." By morning, a federal task force arrested Grayson, Harlan, and 6 deputies. At a press conference, Daniel played the footage. Crowds gasped at Grayson's slurs, Harlan's orders. James spoke, "50 years ago, I fought here as a lawyer. Today, I witnessed change for every silenced voice, every buried truth." Cheers drowned out threats from Grayson's allies. The DOJ announced oversight and community healing. 6 months later, James sat on his porch with Daniel, watching kids play basketball, black, white, brown, carefree. The new police chief, Captain Angela Reed, a former ally, waved. "You cleared the path, Mr. Carter," she said. Neighbors, once distant, now chatted openly. Mrs. Thompson, next door, brought cookies. "We're proud to know you," she said. James smiled. "Evelyn always said justice is like a garden. Plant the seeds, tend it, and it blooms." Daniel nodded, watching a boy apologize for trampling James's flowers. "No harm, Tommy," James called. The street, once tense, buzzed with community. Change wasn't perfect, but it was real. This story of courage and justice moved millions. What do you think about the violence and injustice James faced? Should he have stayed silent to avoid danger? Or was his stand worth the risk? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's hear your perspective on fighting for what's right.